Anterior talofibular ligament. I know it's boring. I know. Right? So it's going from lateral malleolus to the anterior talus, right? Anterior talofibular. All right? So hop off a little bit. One big thing, you want the knee bent. All right? Now I do it, you can do it full knee with full hanging over the edge, right? And full knee flexion. All right? And really, the easiest thing is you want to grasp their calcaneus, have their foot lying on. Wait, you might have to. Yeah, just sit down. Yeah. Okay. Can you guys see at home?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Lower the camera down a little.
All right. Hold on.
He said knee bent and what?
Here, like that. Oh. Perfect. Thank you.
You mind sitting right here?
Sure.
Or maybe scoot back out. Scoot back out.
Okay.
Just watch your head. Yeah, good. Okay. We go like that? Yeah? All right. So I like to have them resting their foot on my arm, right? I can cup their calcaneus, all right? So, and I can find if they're relaxed or not. I'm going to position my hand to kind of stabilize distal tib, right? And I'm just going to relax. Feel that? See that? Divot? All right. So you'll see an actual divot. All right. I forget what they call that. I read it sometime before. I forget what it's called. All right. Some people, you know, if you're too plantar flex or too dorsiflex, it's not gonna move. Or if they're contracting their muscles, it's not gonna move. So you have to kind of get them in a relaxed position and just move. Anterior draw. All right.
Moving outward.
Yeah. So I'm pulling this way, anteriorly. So I'm checking that anterior talus, the anterior talofibular ligament. All right. I'm basically cupping the calcaneus, and since the calcaneus and the talus make up the subtalar joint, they're connected. Right. There's ligaments that connect them. So if I pull anteriorly, you can see that come through. All right. You've sprained your ankle before?
This one.
Yeah, this one feels more loose. Well, all right, so that's the anterior drawer. What's the next one?
Tailor tilt.
Tailor tilt. All right, so tailor tilt, you can still have them in this position, and now we're going to check the calcaneofibular and the deltoid. All right, so we're going to kind of check this lateral ligament right here, the calcaneofibular and the deltoid. All right, on the medial side, on this side. All right, so what we're going to do is, because we know ankle sprains can happen inversion or eversion, right? So the tailor tilt is kind of keep them in neutral.
So you're putting inward?
Yeah, and I'm just tilting the calcaneus medially. All right, you see that? And then same thing. Let's do it on this side. Same thing. I'll cup it out just for demonstration purposes. I'm taking the calcaneus and everting it, testing the ligament, the deltoid ligament. All right. So we got anterior drawer. We got lateral tailor tilt, medial tailor tilt. All right. What's the next one?
The tape test.
Tap.
Oh.
All right.
Close enough. You just added a letter. It's cool.
All right. So anterior drawer. All right. Now we want to check. One thing. Typically, before we start doing any special tests, we have to rule out fractures. Right? We have to rule out fractures. So, one, you can do a tap test on lateral malleolus or medial malleolus. A tap test like this doesn't do anything.
What is
You
it
gotta-
doing?
Right? This just really just sends vibrations. You tapping the bone. Yes. Tuning fork? Yeah, that's a tuning fork. Yeah, we'll get into that soon. All right? Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm fine.
All right, so we got anterior drawer. See, I always do it like this, like scoot back a little bit. right? I can position herself in a semi-flex position and move her ankle. You know, but Dr. Shapiro, in our program, you're going to do it this way, hanging over the edge, because we really want to lessen the tension of the gastroc. If someone has tight gastrocs, there is a possibility of you not being able to anteriorly draw the talus forward. All right? We got tap test. Okay, so now we got the avulsion or subluxation of the peroneus. The peroneus, right? So one big thing is we know what muscle, what tendon attaches to the styloid process base of the fifth.
That one, you said.
Yeah, I did say it. What is it?
You got it?
The paranormal something longus and brevis.
Brevis. Peroneal brevis. All right, peroneal brevis. All right, it attaches to the base of the fifth. So if there was a possibility of a maybe an avulsion fracture of the base of the fifth, right? If I activate the tendon or that muscle, it's going to be what? It's going to kind of pull that bone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to resist eversion because peroneals do eversion, right? So I'm going to have them, okay, keep your hand, push into my hand. No, push into my hand that way. Yeah, I'm going to, see her tendon? There's your peroneal. So I'm going to resist isometrically, and that should, if it bothers them on that base of the fifth, it's a possibility that it could be fractured, all right? Also, depending on mechanism of injury, right? All right, so we got Potts compression test. Potts compression test is, let's say someone had a hyperdorsiflexion injury, i.e. they fell, they were backpedaling, and they went to go push off, and they hyperdorsiflex. They hyperdorsiflex, right? What could happen? Everything jams up in the ankle mortise, and it could fracture the tibia or the fibula, correct?
Yes.
So we want to check Potts compression. Potts compression is just basically a squeeze test of the here, scoot back a little bit. I know.
No, down. There.
All right, so Potts compression is we're going to basically compress the distal medial malleolus, distal lateral malleolus, and we're just going to compress it together. So we're going to press it in.
The
Both
lateral
bones.
and
The medial malleolus and the lateral malleolus. We're going to compress it. So if her foot is like this, right, I'm basically compressing, right? So if there's any fractures there, there's a possibility that's going to hurt, right? So we got anterior draw test 4. Good job. All right.
Oh, you were asking?
Yeah, I'm just asking you guys. All right. The team A, team B. Looks like team B is winning. All right. Anterior tilt test 4.
Can I get tibular? And
What?
that's all?
Oh, you can just read it off the camera. Jeez. All right. So we got the calcofibular and the deltoid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tap test, fracture, avulsion, subluxation. So, but also I forgot to tell you as far as the avulsion, if we resist eversion, go into eversion. Yep. If there is a subluxating tendon, peroneal tendon, it'll pop over. The tendon will pop over.
Which
The lateral malleolus.
Okay.
Thompson, what? Are you telling me something? All right. So Thompson test, ruptured Achilles. Okay. Lie on your stomach for me, please. Okay. So this might. So if you watch her leg, oh, you might want to gather around here. Oh, you can go. All right. So you see her leg?
Yes. Yes.
See it moving? Right? So if I squeeze her gastroc, right, kind of shorten her gastroc, it's plantar flexing her foot, right? So if there was a compromise in her tendon, and there's Achilles tendon, i.e. backpedaling, once it goes step off, you know, it happens in basketball a lot, right? If I do this, it won't move, right? So, let's see. Right? So, sometimes you can also go like this. If you're not sure, you can put it on stretch and see if it pushes against your hand. Right? Good? Oh. Yeah, I guess you can't see, right? Wait for the video.
I've done it before.
I'll send you a little link.
Okay.
Just make sure you comment here and put like here. Right. All right, so practice those.